Guys, this is another video from Pooter 1176. I'm going to show you a little bit of what I do on my shop, a little business I do on the side on my days off. Basically all it is an automotive machine shop in the works. I'm trying to build it a little at a time, paying cash for everything. Here's a set of heads I took in the other day, and these are performance on a performance engine on a circle track dirt car, and these are bad need of a valve job. I already had them apart in hot tank. You can see how they were black, covered black when I got them. Basically all I want to do is regrind these seats, check them for cracks. I'll mag and flux them, make sure they're not cracked. Because if they're cracked, there's no use fooling with them. Then I'll regrind the seats, regrind the valves, put new valve stem seals on them, put them back together, set them up for the camshaft with the valve springs. Make sure there's correct seat pressure for the installed height of the valve and the spring. It's kind of a, if you're running a camshaft and you don't have the right amount of seat pressure, then at higher RPMs, your valves are going to float out, and you're going to lose compression through your valves, not seating correctly. But that's basically it on these heads. You can see here I've got a few pressure testing plates I made and a deer rack too. These things you can buy them. You can see the blue ones are ones that have been purchased. I bought a bunch off a guy. And then the black, red ones, those are ones I made. I just bought a sheet of steel and made a pattern and cut them out. Made a rubber gasket for them. They work just like a prefab unit, like you buy. Let's see here. There's my shop press. I got an air jack on it. Press pistons on and off with. You see this silver box? That's a rod heater. I made that. I'll do a video on that later on, how that works. You have to use heat to expand the size of the rod hole, the wrist pin hole on a connecting rod. You heat it, it gets bigger, you slide the pin through it, it cools down, it tightens up around the wrist pin. I'll show how that's done in a future video. Little drill press, I've had this for a while. It's a good one. I mean, it's not a floor model, but it serves what I need. I don't really need anything bigger than that. Parts washer. See, I got some stuff soaking in there. I use off-road diesel fuel. You can buy it a lot cheaper than you can the cleaning solvent. It does a pretty good job. Plus it leaves a film of oil on the parts so that they don't, like if they're set for a while, they don't set up rust. Here's a seat and guide machine I purchased where these are seat cutters. If you have a bad seat, you can cut them out and pop a new one in there. Valve guide reamers. It's basically a gigantic drill press, and it's got a special collet set up for the tools. Seat drivers, bushings for the headstands. Just valve guide reamers, seat cutters, just different stuff. Here's a valve grinder. This is the one I learned on. I bought this from a shop where I used to work at, and it works like a new one. It's probably about 20 years old, but if I had to buy this machine like on eBay or through an equipment dealer, you're looking at about $3 grand. I got 500 in it, so here's where I keep a lot of my engine building special little pieces that I use. Of course, there's the bench grinder. Here's the engine block. This is mine. I'm going to build that for my truck. This is one that's Buddy's. It's kind of in the works. Let's take the back cover off. This is LS 5.3 engine. This is going to be put in a S10. We have these local, I call them arm drop drags. It's a heads up drag racing at a Oder airport in the area. They do it like 3 or 4 times a year. There's a hot tank. That's where I clean all my cast iron stuff. Then I also have this one I made to hot tank aluminum materials. Intakes, heads, timing covers, stuff like that. If you put aluminum in that one, they'll not look the same when you take them out. It really damages them. So basically what I have in this is water and like an aluminum cleaner, and it's just got 2 110 heating elements in it. I just plug it up, let it warm up, and it's good to go. It does a good job. My blast cabinet. It's where I do my sandblast the valves, heads. You know, some of them's dirtier than the ones I showed you earlier, and you have to blast them to get them clean. Of course, after you do that, you have to wash them out real good. I've got some other tooling and stuff to do the seat work and stuff. I may show that later on. There's a valve spring compressor, cylinder hone, brushes. Just a lot of little small stuff. A lot of it's know-how. And what I don't have at this shop, that shop I used to work at, it's kind of like a parts store. We used to have a machine shop in the back. And the machine shop's still there. They won't sell a lot for personal reasons. It's, you know, like sentimental value. They don't really want to get rid of everything. But me and the owners, you know, he was my boss for years, and we were real good friends. And he kind of just lets me rent the stuff off of him. Surfacers, a bigger seat and guide machine, flywheel grinder, stuff like that. And that's basically my shop. I've got probably $2 or $3 grand in it on every, you know, all these pieces I've showed and all the tooling and everything. It's pretty expensive stuff, that one. What I give for that machine and the tooling, I could just sell the tooling to pay for the machine. There's a cam bearing driver underneath. I didn't show you that. It's a cam bearing driver. The yellow box is my Magnaflux set. I'll show that. I think I'm going to do a video on that here in a minute. But that's about it. That's my shop. You know, I still use this as a garage, personal garage. Everybody else, I got a lawnmower, table saw. Wife had me paint a dresser up, which I've got some handprints on it. Some bowls, 22 rifle to shoot birds that try to crap on my truck. Had a lot of trouble with birds crapping on my truck mirrors. Well, I think I've got them weeded out. That's it. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll try to put another one up shortly.